Hello, welcome. It's December 17th. The last time I did a health illness update was August 5th, I think. Give you the current State of the Union. That's where we are. And seem to have lost the other link, but that's okay. I think you probably get the idea. I guess you could use that. So I'm going to just look through, as I usually do, the calendar. All my medical stuff is in yellow. And unless I miss something on busy days, I might not see, there'll be so many colors that I won't see the yellow because it'll be underneath the one. So I'm going to kind of look at this kind of month view and hopefully I don't miss anything. So August 5th was the last one. So I think that's interesting that showed up as yellow. So on the 23rd, I had a CT scan. That's August. On the 26th, I gave blood for the ctDNA scan. And then I also had a follow-up with the oncologist, Dr. Lim. That's August 26th, on Monday. And I'm trying to think. That was August. I just saw a hawk catch on in the yard. Actually, could be an eagle. It's kind of amazing. We were talking about, with the oncologist, what things look like going forward. I don't see anything in September, and that's probably, I'm going to look in a little bit more detail in case I'm missing something, but that kind of feels like about right. I don't know why that's in there. Because I had traveled to Philadelphia in September. And so, yeah, I think that's probably fair. I didn't have anything else. Then that's my insurance update for the year. And I don't think there was anything in October either. This was mostly me trying to catch up on bills. October 10th, I had my COVID and flu update shots, and I got an okay from my doctors to go ahead and do that. And the end of October, I saw, I guess I canceled the appointment. I had another appointment, I remember, but with the pulmonologist. I've just rescheduled that, so that's all set. Anyway, November 8th, I got to see my GP and kind of go over everything. What did we learn? So I think the CT scan that I just told you about, which was whenever that was, September or something, August, was clear. I think she has me in like a 2-month CAT scan kind of program. And my understanding was that the insurer or the standard of care would be 3 months for somebody like me, but she preferred 2. That sounds aggressive, which sounds good to me. And I guess her thinking was that if we remain clear, then we'll switch to 3. And then I think my understanding was that, and then maybe 6-month intervals, something like that. But we're not there yet. So I got to see my doctor November 8th, and just kind of cover, non-cancer issues, cancer-related issues, develop a plan going forward. We had to adjust some medicine, I think, but I'm not on too many medicines, I don't think. So then on the 11th of November, I gave blood for the ctDNA scan again. Skipping ahead, I got the news from that on December 2nd. So anyway, November 11th, I gave blood for the circulating tumor DNA blood work. Then I had a chest, abdomen, pelvis CAT scan with contrast on November 27. And then I got to see the doctor again on December 2. So that's kind of where we are, which is a couple weeks ago. So December 2nd, I saw the oncologist, Dr. Lim, and she said that the CT scan was good. She said my CEA was good. I think it's under 1.8, if I remember. And the ctDNA scan was no evidence of disease, so 0.0. So all of those are good signs. In other words, she looked in 3 places for cancer, couldn't find cancer, which, when I'm going to see her, that's the best news I can get at that point, right? Like, I can't ask for anything more. So that's fantastic. Then we had a discussion, and we were talking about looking at the scarring in my lungs from, the radiation treatment, which I guess is earlier this year. I feel like March, April, something. I forget when it was. And by the way, I've had no effects in terms of my breathing for that scarring that I can, notice, which is good. But anyway, on viewing the CAT scans, the scarring kind of makes a fog, a cloud, less detail. And of course, that is where the nodules were. So it means that reading the CT scan is harder for them to determine with sufficient confidence, is there biological activity? Like, are the nodules still active, right? Are they growing? And so the oncologist, Dr. Lim, is like, I'm leaning strongly towards they're not, and we got it, and the radiation was a success. But I can't really confirm that because it's a hazier image when she showed it to me. And so that makes sense to me. So I said, well, what are the options? Do we wait a while until it's more clear? Do we get a different type of CAT scan? Do we just get CAT scans more often to maybe we can pick out a change? Or do we get a PET scan, which will show sort of biologic activity? And she said, I think we should do a PET scan, but I don't think that the PET scan, she said, I don't think that the PET scan is going to be positive. But I think that if we get the PET scan and it agrees with the ctDNA, the CEA, and the CAT scan, it will be like another way for us to say, I like the process we have of ctDNA, CEA, and CAT scan, and let's use that going forward, at least I'm guessing for the short and medium term, as our way of monitoring you. But we don't want to start with that in case we are missing something, which we know we might be missing, without that additional confirmation, which is a PET scan, unless I guess you have a biopsy, that would be another additional confirmation. So that's the plan, is to get a PET scan. Okay. And otherwise, like on exam, she was happy with everything else. So that was December 2nd. So that puts us into now. Okay, yeah, so that was the last doctor's meeting. Yesterday, I think, the day before, I finally got my next appointment with Dr. Lim, and they weren't able to do it at the office, and they didn't follow up right away, and it took a while. But I wanted to get that locked in and then make a bunch of other appointments. I didn't want to have to make those appointments and have them clog up my schedule, because for me, the priority is Dr. Lim. So I want to get her locked in the schedule in my calendar and in my mind, and then reach out to the other specialists to make those appointments, knowing that it wouldn't interfere with her. So anyway, I just heard from her. I think it might have been Friday. I can't remember. But anyway, by the time I had time, it was like yesterday. And I called all the specialists and made a bunch of other appointments. So that's what we're looking towards now. So anyway, the PET scan I'm looking at it. It's in a week on the 24th. So I go in for the PET scan on the 24th. on, and then I'll see her on, I think it's the 6th. Yeah, so I'll see her on January 6th to review the PET scan. She wants to review that in person, and then I presume we'll make a ctDNA, CAT scan, blood work schedule, maybe every 3 months, maybe in March, just my guess. And of course, if the PET scan's not good news, then I presume that we'll think about chemo. Maybe they do radiation a second time. I don't really know, but that's cart before the horse. So anyway, I did that, and I also got an appointment with the specialist on the 27th of this month. So, and then an appointment on the 31st with the pulmonologist. So the pulmonologist I'll be able to see after the PET scan, after the CAT scans, of course, but before the oncologist. But I think that'll be really good for me to talk to the pulmonologist, Dr. Umebori, and review the scans, get a sense of what it might mean, what things look like going forward, and maybe educate me enough to have better questions for the oncologist when I see them, in a few days after that. So that's kind of the thinking. And I don't see where in the schedule, but I know it's like very soon. It's like, maybe it's the 10th, yeah. But I made another appointment with another specialist somewhere in there, and I just don't see it. But that is catching us up to date. It's been quite a long couple of years, so I'm deeply, deeply grateful for everybody's help, especially people that have been skipping the GoFundMe and just sending me money directly to Venmo or leaving it in the school in the form of cash. That's been really helpful. Patreon.com/SomedayFarm is a great way for you to give me ongoing support and get your own studies supported in an ongoing way. I'm trying to work on a newsletter or two now, and so thanks for all your time and attention and love, and meals and gift cards delivered all year. And if you have a group that I can give my Tao of Cancer talk to, whether in person or online, whether paid or not, I'd be really happy to put myself in front of them and sharpen up that talk. Love.